Mike Freer emailed us and basically said, after about 5 days of occupation, you've made your point. Now he's politely asking us to leave. We wrote back a long email to him basically saying, we have many points of law to raise with you, Mike Freer, about this law that you've pushed through, which is unjust, unfair, undemocratic, unlawful, unaffordable and unworkable. We're extremely unhappy about you criminalising the homeless from sheltering in empty buildings. We're willing to agree to meet you and leave at an agreed date, but basically otherwise you just have to take us to court and go through the normal court process. Now, Mike, replying to that email, made a big mistake. Basically last night in our email box, 1 o'clock in the morning, we got something that's going to blow up in the newspapers tonight. It's going out in the Guardian, BBC tomorrow, other things. Mike basically emailed us back, but he didn't email us. He was emailing another Conservative Party member, and this is the email he sent, and it is
accidentally sent it to us.
Accidentally sent it to us. So this is a major own goal from Mike Freer. He's been spanked by Tory office communications director as we speak. So it basically says, dear, to Bohemian, or reference invitation for direct democracy. It starts with, no. Email told them to phone and we would follow our usual procedures, which they seem unable to do. I am mighty peed off with the police. This is Mike Freer talking to another Conservative. I am mighty peed off, you know the translation, with the police. I feel like sending the bill, we guess that's the money bill, the cost for the eviction. I feel like sending the bill to the Commissioner, saying your daft advice landed us with this bill. You know, the Commissioner is Bernard Hogan Howe, the top policeman for London, the Commissioner. This MP has insulted him by saying he's given daft advice. Of course, this will inhibit every other demo, as we will simply refuse to allow anyone on our property. Who is he to limit every other demo? And his last words, such a well thought out email in reply to our very well thought out email. So tempting to say, you are all numbnuts. As I am not the owner of the property, and it is they you should be dealing with about your presence. Well, Mr. Freer, we didn't come here to talk to a Conservative property owner. We came here to talk to an MP who's brought in an unjust, unfair law that is killing people. People are freezing to death in the winter. Daniel Gauntlet last year was going to get into an empty cottage. The police told him, if you get into the empty cottage, you'll be breaking the new law on residential buildings. He decided not to, having been warned, fear of arrest. He slept outside on the porch under a tarpaulin in the cold weather of the winter, and he was dead the next day. Yesterday's government figures, 31,000 people this year have died from fuel poverty and winter deaths. That's homed people. These are pensioners and people who fought through world wars for this country, can't afford their heating and freezing to death. They asked us to come and have meetings to make an appointment. We went through the parliamentary hoops, and basically in the public consultation we worked very hard. We're not normally parliamentary people. 96% of the people who replied to their public consultation said do not criminalise squatting, and that included the Police Federation, the Judges Association and Lawyers Associations and the Lords, as well as homeless charities and housing groups, and they all said don't criminalise this law, it'll be a lot of problems for everyone. And this government ignored their own public consultation and went on and criminalised anyway. That is corporate democracy, ignoring what's going on. This is direct democracy on their doorstep, demanding a repeal to Section 144 and repealing the entire LASPO Act, which removes our legal aid rights.